Hey guys, welcome back. So today I have a first impressions video for you featuring Flower Beauty. I am so happy that they are finally selling Flower Beauty on Ulta's website, and I picked up a bunch of brand new things, and you're gonna have to just watch the whole video to see what worked and what didn't. But I had a lot of hits and misses, so hopefully it is helpful if you're looking into shopping for some new products. I also am having a giveaway right now on my channel currently in this video. I had 2 giveaways this week on my Instagram, so I figured I would have 2 more winners on this video because I know not everybody has social media, so I want to give everybody a chance to win as many giveaways as possible. And please don't be upset with me if you don't win. There's going to be plenty more giveaways this year, so just be on the lookout. But all you have to do for this one is just subscribe to my channel down below and leave me a comment letting me know anything that you want. Along with your comment, please leave me your Instagram name, that way I can DM you in case you're the winner. If you don't have Instagram, leave me an email or something where I can contact you. That way, in case you are the winner, I can reach out to you. The giveaway will end in 24 hours of me posting this video, so I don't know exactly what time I'm going to post it, but 24 hours from then I will pick the winner. I'll contact you. I usually don't like to announce the winners because I feel like it creates a lot of hostility, so I'm just going to leave the winners in the description box of this video down below, and I will contact you personally. And please only leave 1 comment down below. If not, it's going to be marked as spam. I want to give everybody a fair shot of winning, and I feel like if you comment more than once, it's just not fair. So just 1 comment, and also please do not contact me relating to this giveaway asking me to pick you. If you do that, you'll be disqualified. Everything is random, and as much as I would love to pick all of you, I can't. So I try to have as many of these as possible, and again, there will be more in the future and more chances for you guys to win. So just be patient and bear with me. So that is it. Good luck to all of you. Hopefully it is super simple for all of you. Again, I'll leave everything down below if you are interested, and that's it. Grab a snack and let's just go ahead and get started with the video. Alright guys, so starting off with the eye makeup as always, I first have this Beauty Flash Flower Full Face Palette. It just looks like this. Looks very simple. You get 3 eyeshadows, 2 blushes, a bronzer, and a highlighter. To be honest, I wish that these blushes right here were like 1 strip. I'm not a huge fan of the size of them because they're kind of like the same size as the eyeshadows. And I feel like when you dip your brush in here, it can be a little difficult to pick up the product, but we'll see. So what I'm going to do first is just take this shade right in here, which looks like a really nice neutral blending shade. I'm just going to start blending that right into my crease, and I'm using my NYX blending brush. And this palette was $16.99. This shade is really nice though. It's blending really well. I also do have another Flower Beauty palette. This is not new. I got this like last year at Walmart. This one is called the Shimmer and Shade Eyeshadow Palette in Gold Natural. And this is a really great palette. I love this so much. It's beautiful. I think for spring and summer, if you like bronzy shades, you're going to love this palette. But I'm probably going to use this today. Picking up this brown color, I'm going to add that to the outer part of my crease. Ooh, there's so much pigment. It's crazy. I wish this palette was like all matte shadows instead of like blushes and bronzers. I'm actually really liking the way these mattes are blending. I think they're blending really nicely. And to do this, I'm using a Morphe M573. It looks a little patchy-ish right on this eye. A little bit. Alright, picking up a flat shader brush. This one's from ColourPop. I'm going to use these bronzy shades in this palette right here. And please don't mind my nails, I definitely need to get them done. But I'm going to take those 2 shades and I'm going to just start packing them on just for a little bit of a pop. I definitely prefer this eyeshadow palette versus the one that I was just using. And I think for the price overall, this is just a better palette to have instead of this. But that's just like from using the eyeshadows. I don't know how the other products are going to be, but I'll let you guys know by the end of the video if I think that palette is worth the $17 or not. And you know what? I just realized I could have just used this shimmer shade in this palette on my lid. It just doesn't seem that pigmented. This one in here, I'm gonna add it with my finger and see what it does. It just doesn't really stand out to me. That's why I literally didn't even like... It's just not absolutely amazing. So I prefer the other palette as far as the eyeshadows go. I'm going to use this highlight shade right in this palette to highlight my brow bone. Okay, that's showing up. It's really subtle, so I feel like if you like a subtle highlight, you're going to like this highlighter because it's not beaming at all. It's just a really light, natural highlight. I'm gonna do some tight lining. I didn't get a black liner. I wanted to get something different. This is a really beautiful deep dark purple. I thought it would be really pretty with brown eyes. So this one is the Forever Wear Long Wear Eyeliner in Amethyst. It's just one of those retractable pencils. Not as intense as I would imagined. Like even just watching it, you can see it's kind of like just a really faded purple. It's not really as intense as I thought. So we'll see how that is on the waterline, but all right, I did get a mascara. I'm probably going to use falsies, I'm thinking. Probably they don't have any, but I feel like I need to use falsies with all my looks. But this is the Flower Lash Warrior Explosive Volume and Length mascara. It just looks like this. I usually honestly don't even buy a lot of mascaras anymore. I used to be like more of a mascara person in high school before I started using false lashes all the time. So if you don't use falsies, don't, because once you start, you're not going to want to stop. I will say Flower Beauty does have some of the best packaging at the drugstore. It's really classy. It's really nice. And okay, the wand. I smell everything. The wand is really big. It's kind of like rubberized, very traditional. So I'm going to do a quick coat. I really don't have amazing lashes, so I know this isn't going to be like crazy. You know what? I forgot I have another eyeliner. You know what? I'm not even going to do falsies today because I feel like I never do looks without falsies, so I'm just going to keep it without falsies today. Let's just go with it. I don't really think I'm getting volume or much length. I mean, like, it's kind of just like a whatever type of mascara. It's not really doing anything crazy for my lashes. I'm not a huge fan of this wand. It's a little rough when you apply it on your eyes. Then I got the liquid liner in the shade Onyx. It just looks like this. It says water resistant. I honestly never really buy waterproof products. So I feel like they take so long to come off, like when you're actually trying to take off your makeup, which I know that's like the point, but I'm not a fan. Okay, the tip is really different than anything that I normally ever use. Just looks like that. Let's go ahead and swatch it. It looks really, really black, which is great. That's what she said moment. All right, I'm probably gonna do, I guess, a thin wing, especially since I'm probably not gonna use falsies today. I always want my liner to be like straight and it comes out like in a swoop, and I hate that. Okay, this is really easy to work with though. I do actually really like it and I like the formula. I'm gonna move into skin. I got the Flower Perfecting Primer, and this says it's a moisturizing, smoothing, and softening primer basically, which is usually what I go for in a primer, to be honest. I mean, if I have to combine my primers, I will. Like, I don't really mind it. So it just kind of looks like this, sort of like a lotion consistency. Oh, it feels really cooling. It's a weird consistency. It's not a lotion, but it's not silicone. It's kind of just like this like gel type of primer. It absorbs into your skin really quickly when you first apply it. It is cooling. Kind of leaves your skin feeling like the Nivea Men Post Shave Balm. Has a little bit of a tackiness to it, but not much, but a little bit. So for foundation, I picked up the Light Illusion Luminous Makeup Nude Skin All Day Wear Foundation, and it just looks like this. Again, Flower Beauty's packaging is so luxurious. It literally looks like a high-end foundation, and it comes with a pump, which I'm all about. So really, really like the packaging. It's cute, and it kind of reminds me of the CoverGirl Healthy Elixir foundation with the packaging, which I also really love. So I did pick up two different shades. I'm not really sure which one's gonna match me. I got shade Soft Sand and Classic Tan. So Soft Sand is M2 and the other one is M3. Honestly, M3, it has a little bit more of a neutral tone, whereas M2 looks a little bit more orange. So I'm gonna just go with M3. Oh yeah, I think this is gonna match me really well. I'm using my flat brush, which is from RC Cosmetics. Ooh, this color I think is going to be really good. Oh my gosh, this looks really beautiful on the skin. Wow, it looks so healthy. It's definitely a hydrating foundation. It's not overly hydrating, but it is not matte, like, whatsoever. So Just a little FYI. I'm gonna blend this side out with my LA Girl Beauty Sponge. It's so weird. It looks a little bit more hydrating with the brush versus with the sponge. I definitely like the brush side better. I don't know why. I've been loving applying my foundation with a brush first and then a sponge over top. I feel like it just gives you such a full coverage, porcelain, flawless look to the skin. This is with a brush and this is with a sponge. I think with the sponge it looks super natural, and then with the brush it definitely looks a little bit more full coverage. So I'm really loving the way that it looks, so I think it looks really pretty, so I'm happy with it. This is the Light Illusion Full Coverage Concealer. Again, with the packaging, I'm literally obsessed with it. Oh, really light. I feel like I'm gonna have to mix. Yeah, this is gonna be way too light. I'm gonna have to mix the other shade in here because I don't really like a light under eye anymore like I used to. All right, I'm gonna just blend this out. Let me just see how it looks. Oh my gosh, this is some really good coverage. I don't know if it's really comparable to my Ulta Beauty concealer. I'd have to use them side by side, but right now I am really liking it. I just feel like the shade's a little too light. Using a little bit of the shade Light Medium, which definitely is a little too dark. So it's like I kind of need a mix between the light and the light medium. This concealer kind of reminds me a little bit of the Makeup Revolution concealer. Like the coverage isn't, in my opinion, super full, but once you build it up, it is a little bit more medium to full coverage. It feels really great though because it's super lightweight and it looks really pretty on the skin, not drying or anything. I do think everything looks really good though. Like just the way that it's sitting on my skin, it looks really pretty. It doesn't look like I have a ton of like caked up makeup. Even though I just layered that concealer, it still looks really nice, so I'm happy about that. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and set. I'm not really sure if this is a brand new product, but I saw it on Ulta's website. I'm pretty sure that this is not like brand new, like they have this at Walmart, but it's new to me. I've never tried it. This is the Miracle Matte Translucent Finishing Powder. I was watching Casey Holmes and she did a video using the Flower Beauty products, and she mentioned that it's not really good to bake with this concealer because it'll break up. I usually don't bake. I usually just set my under eye area with my sponge and with my powder, so that's what I'm gonna do, and hopefully it doesn't break up on me. Ooh, yeah, this is a white powder. Oh my gosh, this feels so soft. Okay, it's weird. It doesn't even, like when I dip my sponge in here, it barely picks up any product. Is that supposed to be like that? Kind of has a weird smell. Like I'm applying powder inside this lid, I'm dipping my sponge in, and there's no product that's like barely getting picked up on there. I don't know if I really like that because I feel like it's not even really setting it the way that I like. And it smells like glue kind of. It has a really strong smell. Just like plastic or glue. All right, I'm really not a fan of this smell, you guys. Oh wait, this feels really dry right here. Oh yeah, I don't like the way this powder looks. Like at all. I feel like this is gonna leave like a really bad white cast. I'm not about that life. I did get another powder that I'm gonna use to set the rest of my face. This is the Miracle Matte Universal Finishing Powder. I usually always like to set my face, and I thought this would be a really great powder to do that and kind of maybe throw in my purse just sort of as a touch-up powder throughout the day. So I'm going to just use my Wet n Wild powder brush. My phone is charging right now, but once I'm finished the rest of my makeup, I'm going to do a flash test and see how this powder looks because I feel like it's going to be really white. Like I can just tell by the way that it looks on my skin right now. All right, for bronzer, I have two that I could use. So I could use the bronzer in this, which I'm probably going to test it out and see what it's looking like. Kind of looks like a blush, to be quite honest with you. I don't know if I'm really going to even use that as a bronzer, but I also did get the Perfecting Powder in the darkest shade, which is Sable, just to hopefully contour bronze my skin because this looks like a nice contour color, whereas this literally, I don't know if you guys are going to be able to tell, but this looks like a blush and I don't really know if I'm going to use that. Let's get that double chin. I'm going to use this powder, which I'm going to use it as bronzer, just to kind of try to contour a little bit. I like the shade of this. I feel like it's just not super pigmented. I feel like I need to use this with like a different powder, like that translucent powder that I use. I feel like it really threw everything off. Alright, so for blush, I did pick up a single blush because I wasn't really sure about these. I'm going to use these on one side of my face and then this other single blush that I got on the other side of my face. I'm going to use this stippling brush from LA Girl. Gives you a light flush, like it's not really, like it shows up, but it's not like anything crazy, which I mean, I guess that's good. Some people don't like really, wait, is there like a shadow under here? I'm like looking at myself in the viewfinder because I swear, like when I see myself in the mirror and then when I go back in the footage, it looks sometimes totally different. There's like a shadow underneath my eye. Okay, that's weird. Not a fan of that color. I don't like the way that that looks. So we're going to use the single blush that I have. I think it's going to be so much better. This is the Flower Pot in Peach Primrose. And these kind of remind me of the Milani Rose blushes. Love it already. This is what I like. I like that natural flush, but it's like peachy and it's pigmented, but you can build it up or tone it down. That's what I like. All right, so then for highlight, I'm gonna use the one in this palette. They didn't have any new highlighting palettes or anything, so I also do have my Flower Beauty highlighting palette right here. I picked this up last year at Walmart. This is not a new product, but this is a really great highlighting palette. So if this one doesn't work, I'm gonna go in with this one. Okay, so I'm gonna use my Morphe M501. I'm gonna dip into this highlighter, which looks like a nice natural champagne. This is really a light highlighter. I'm not like obsessed with it, and it's not just because I don't like a natural highlighter. It's just because I feel like it looks kind of powdery. Do you see that? What is that? Like that powder that I used literally is making me look splotchy. That is so freaking weird. Oh my gosh, this footage, I hope it's not a disaster. I have a couple of light, subtle highlights in my collection. One's from Wet n Wild. Essence has a really natural highlight. I don't know. This is just, to me, it's just kind of powdery. It's just not really pretty on the skin, to be honest. But I'm going to move into this highlighter palette. This I love. This is beautiful. You get 3 really pretty shades. I do like these highlighters. They are amazing. So I'm going to just dip into the gold. You see how pretty that is? Alright, so I'm going to just set my makeup. Let's do that now, because I feel like my face looks a little powdery and I'm not digging it. I got the Seal the Deal Long Lasting Matte Finish Setting Spray. And with the cap, it kind of reminds me of the Urban Decay All Nighter. The mist is so light on the face, I can barely feel anything spraying out. It smells really good though, but I feel like it's not even barely spraying my face. Alright, so I'm going to just finish up my eyes. I'm going to jump into this palette again. And I'm basically going to use these 2 shades. I'm going to just apply these 2 shades right under here, just for a little bit of a pop. I'm not really being precise. Alright, I'm also going to apply that eyeliner that I used earlier. And I'm going to kind of touch up. I'm going to also do some of that purple eyeliner that I got. I'm going to see how this is going to look on my waterline, because when I applied it earlier to tightline, it wasn't that pigmented. Oh yeah, this is a dud eyeliner. This is like not pigmented. I'm like dragging it back and forth on my waterline and I'm just not getting any color payoff. And the eyeliner is actually really pretty, like just like seeing it right now on my waterline, it is pretty. I wish it was more vibrant. I feel like even the highlighter that I used, and let me tell you, this highlighter palette, like I said, is amazing. It's not really even showing up, and I think it's because that powder that I use, like it really threw everything off, because this highlighter palette is bomb.com and it's super vibrant on the cheeks. Finally, for lips, what I'm going to do is just use this Hydra Silk Ultimate Lip Butter. I've never tried these, and I'm pretty sure that these are new. I mean, I personally never seen them, correct me if I'm wrong, but I have tried the Flower Beauty lipsticks, the ones in the white packaging. These are incredible. If you need a good long wearing drugstore matte lipstick, Flower Beauty is great, and this shade that I have, I've never tried this one, is in Naked Blush. This is really pretty. It's in shade 20. I have a couple other Flower Beauty lipsticks. Absolutely love them. Wait, maybe I do have this color. I don't remember, but I love their nude lipsticks. They're great. So I'm going to use this because I've never tried the lip butter. And I have this one today in the shade Naked Petal, of course. Really creamy. This feels really, really nice. I like this a lot. And I like this color. It's really like a nice nude pink. My face feels really dry, and even like after I set it, I feel like the setting spray, like it just doesn't do it for me. I'm gonna spray a little bit more. Like the mist is literally so light. Alright guys, so this is the completed look. I feel like this turned out a lot worse than what I expected, because from the things that I've tried out from Flower Beauty, I've been really happy, and I love the stuff that I have tried out so far, so I had really high hopes. But there was just some things that just were not working for me. Before I forget, let's just take this picture that I was telling you guys about just to see if that powder is going to be as white as I thought it was going to be. I'm going to just take it with my phone. I have the iPhone 7 if you're curious. And I'm going to take it with my ring light on with flash, and then I'll turn off the light and we'll do it with flash as well, but with no ring light. I knew it. I freaking knew it. Do you see how that powder looks? It literally looks like white splashes under my eyes. Like, it's crazy. That looks so bad. My face looks so dry. Like, it looks really awful. I'm gonna turn off my ring light and then we'll take another picture. Oh my gosh, you guys, this powder is horrendous. Not only does this powder feel really drying and just bad on my face right now, but like it literally, you can see it looks so bad. So if you're like out with friends, somebody like decides to take a picture, it's not gonna look cute. So don't buy the powder. I'm honestly probably gonna return it. So I'm gonna just talk to you guys about the products that I did like, because I feel like I have more misses than hits. So let's just start off with the foundation. I actually really do like this foundation and the way that it looks on my skin. I thought it looked really pretty. I loved it with a brush. Really hydrating, really great coverage, and it looks super natural. I mean, obviously there's nothing natural about wearing makeup, but you know what I mean. It just doesn't feel really heavy and thick and cakey, which is exactly what I look for when I have a foundation. So this for me is great. I'm going to continue to use it and test it out with other of my favorite products, and then I will keep you posted on it. But so far, I'm really loving it. The concealer I also did really like. I like how it looks really natural. Again, it's not a super full coverage concealer like the Tarte Shape Tape, but I do like the coverage that it does give, and I like how you can build it up. So if you have like those really minimal makeup days, I think this will be a really great concealer. This matte powder, the Miracle Matte Powder, I can't say that I absolutely hate it, but I don't love it. I'm kind of just like blah. I think it's because that translucent powder totally threw things off for me. So again, I'm going to keep using this and I'll keep you posted. Really don't like this palette. I think for the price, it's just not worth it in my opinion. The eyeshadows are average. The blush in here, I don't really like these at all. The bronzer is not my favorite. The highlighter is super natural. If you don't like an intense glow, you will like this highlighter, but I'm not going to recommend a $17 palette to you guys for one thing or 3 eyeshadows. I would definitely just pass on this. I think there's other really awesome palettes that have everything included that aren't this expensive and that are just better quality in general. So I would definitely not get this. But this blush is really pretty. I do like it. It was super smooth. It was pigmented, and I like the color payoff that it gives because it's not too peachy orange, but it's still really wearable, so I do like that. Mascara for me is a dud. Not good, not really the greatest. I mean, it's not totally awful, but it's not a mascara that I would repurchase. This eyeliner I actually really do like. It's really black. It was really easy to work with. I know my wigs aren't perfect, but I do really like this, and I can see myself using this, and I would repurchase this if I had to, so I do like that a lot. This lip product is amazing. This feels so moisturizing and just super buttery on the lips. Like the name fits it perfectly. Ultimate Lip Butter. It's so nice. I want to get more colors because I think these are really great to have in your purse or just to touch up with throughout the day. I really love it, and this color is perfection. So this I love. The primer was nice. I can't really say much about it, just obviously because I just started using it, but I do like the formula of it. I like the way that it feels. It just feels like a really cooling, smoothing primer. It didn't do a whole lot with like filling in my pores and making my skin feel super soft. It kind of dissolved into my skin really quickly. It almost felt like cooling at first and then sort of a little bit mattifying. So it's kind of just like one of those weird consistency primers. I'm definitely gonna have to keep using this and I'll get back to you guys on it, but I'm not like obsessed with it, but I don't hate it. I'm just like in the middle, like I have to keep using it. I don't like this setting spray like at all. I don't like the way that it sprays. It's so light. Like I was showing you guys, it literally just feels like a mist. And when you're actually spraying your face, I feel like it's not even getting wet. Like my skin just still feels dry when I spray it on my face. It's the weirdest thing. I actually really like the way that it smells, but this in general, I don't like it. Let me know what you guys think down below. Let me know if you've tried any of these products. I'm really curious if any of you guys have tried that powder. Leave me your thoughts down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you all, and I'll see you in a few days in my next one.